Welcome to Toyah and Robert's Burning Questions, where your deeply unqualified chums here in the kitchen are doing their best to hand you a shovel full of useless answers.
Yeah, we're really making an effort to give you our how many years of wisdom. I'm going to be 64 soon.
Life begins at 75, dear.
So that's a lot of years of wisdom.
It's a lot of years, sweetie.
So let's start with Martha O'Walk, and she asks both of us, what is the most memorable concert we've ever been to as spectators? Well, I suppose together would be Peter Gabriel at Earl's Court, which was quite remarkable. At the time he was using the robotic lamps and Tony Levin was on war guitar. It was absolutely breathtaking. For me, a lot of my formative years, and I'm talking from the age of 12, I saw Black Sabbath, I saw Hawkwind, I saw David Bowie as Ziggy Stardust. That changed my life forever. The precision of him and Ronson working together, they were just so ahead of the zeitgeist. It absolutely blew me away, and it gave me energy right up until 1981 and onwards to fight to be a singer and a rock star. I then saw Muse in the early 90s, and they at London Docklands, breathtaking. Just even a step further with the sheer musicality and brilliance of what they did. Utterly wonderful. But Robert and I saw Jose Feliciano at the Symphony Hall in Birmingham. He was guesting with Jules Holland, and he was just absolutely magnificent. Every note from the guitar, from his voice, was placed so beautifully you could not argue or find space either side. It was perfection. Would you agree?
Yeah, California Dreaming. Straight in. The power.
I grabbed Robert and I went, fucking hell.
Yeah.
It was just so good.
Anyone else feel a little lovely? And bear in mind, to just give a few names does not mean all the other characters we've seen in our life are less than stunning. These are just a few.
I've picked ones that actually changed the course of my life. How about you?
Changed the course of my life. That's an interesting one. But anyway, here today, stunning concerts which spring to mind. Slade at the Royal Ballrooms in Boscombe in 1972. Noddy and the boys were stunning. They were stunning. Another 1972. David Bowie at the Rainbow. Whoa. When we were doing Heroes in Berlin, I said to him, the Rainbow.
It was 72 when I saw him as well.
Yeah, that was phenomenal. How about The Clash in March 1978 at the Palladium in New York? They were phenomenal. They came on at the top of their game and kept going. There you go.
That's a lovely mixture of people. Have you got any more?
I've got lots and lots, but
I could not count on my hands the shows that have been absolutely excellent, because virtually every show I've seen in my life has been excellent, and one or two have not been good. I mean, that's one or two out of 50 years of going to see gigs. I mean, that's not a bad track record.
Well, I mean, if you want to go back to the very early days of my professional life, and you have Free at the Marquee Club.
Yeah.
Paul Rodgers, what a singer. Kossoff, the guitarist. Very few notes and everyone was impassioned and true. And the sound was phenomenal. Paul Kossoff's sound was phenomenal. But then we could go on. We'd be here forever.
The Marquee was a great venue. I saw a band called Gloria Monday in 78 at the Marquee, and they had a violinist. And it's the first time I'd ever seen a violinist in a punk band, and they were just so bloody good. I went to see them again and again and again, and we became friends. The Marquee Club was very special. Out of all of those London clubs, it was the one you very rarely saw a bad gig in.
Yeah, you're up close and personal. I saw yesterday.
Oh my goodness, how did they fit on the stage?
Well, I saw Led Zeppelin there. Before they became Led Zeppelin, they were the New Yardbirds. And they
brilliant.
ran on stage in the early 60s. They would run, the characters would run on stage, stick the leads in the guitar, amps buzzing. But anyway, look, let's move on, dear.
Did you ever see Hendrix perform live?
No.
But he saw you.
Yes. That's for another day.
Okay, did you know he was in the audience?
Not until he
Shook
walked
your
into the
hand.
dressing room, yes.
That's for another day.
That's for another day.
Wow. I did a performance of Peter Pan at Hackney Empire. And the first person to come into my dressing room, and this is about 96, was Barbara Windsor, Dame Barbara Windsor. And she was so gorgeous. And she came right up to me. I'd never met her before. She held me and she said, "I want you in EastEnders." And I just, glorious, glorious woman. And then she left my dressing room and Peter OToole came in with his son. And I couldn't move. It was like, Peter OToole is in my dressing room. I mean, my goodness, I could hardly speak. He was so natural and normal and gracious and kind. We must talk about who've walked into our dressing rooms one day.
All right, that's another one.
Like Eddie Vedder walked in on us only about 6 years ago at the Triple Door in Seattle, and I had no clothes on. He said, "Hello, Toyah, where's Bill?"
Let's move on now, dear. This is time to move on.
Okay, M. Burke, thank you for this question. This is fascinating. How does one launch a campaign to put timbre and dynamics back into music? Well, my first question to you is, have you got a £12 million budget? Because the PR on doing something like that, ears have to be retrained. So many people are listening through their phones now. Now, when we started recording, and Robert and then me a decade or so later, we'd spend days doing mixes so that the sound, the stereo, everything, all these little details were placed in the room like a painting. That has kind of fallen by the wayside, and I think you probably agree with us, M. Burke. But how do we do that again?
Well, I would say if M. Burke is a player themselves, how we put timbre and dynamics into music is to put timbre and dynamics into our own music and set the standard of our aspiration. If we're called upon to address a need which is clear to us, then we address it. And then, if we're right and we are addressing a need, this will be recognised by others, and they perhaps will also put timbre and dynamics into their music, which I believe, in all the characters I go and see live, is pretty much already there.
So what we're saying, M. Burke, is start the revolution in your home.
Yes.
Start the revolution in your kitchen, start the revolution in your music room, start the revolution in your bedroom. Live by what you believe. Now, there's millions and millions, there's just so many people out there who may never learn to have the pleasure of timbre and dynamics in music. They just might never have that opportunity. But you live by what you believe in and just believe that the universe will spread the message.
There we are. Good.
Do you agree?
Yes, lovey. Well done.
So, ladies and gentlemen, and those of undefined category, we wish you love, luck, health and happiness. We will be back tomorrow with Sunday lunch. And then another burning question and Toyah at home, and another Sunday lunch next week, and there again after.
Would you like a burning chord or two, lovey?
Thank you for reminding me. We would all love a burning chord or two.
That might be an exaggeration. However, look, this is from the life of a working musician. Now, he's working on a rhythm part with 4 chords, B minor. I'm going to turn up a little. So we have B minor, here undefined, A, also undefined, E, D. Now, what to do with these 4 chords? Well, they have a number of common notes. It's possible, but bollocks. And one final magic chord at the end of this sequence.
Lovely.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you, master of the fretboard.
Yeah, right. All right.
Happy Saturday, everybody.
Please stay safe and be well out there. Times are still a bit queer in the world.
Lots of love from Toyah.
And from Robert.